Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, the great millstone. Peace and sincere blessings to the hopeful elect and the 1/3 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Alright? And shalom to all you brothers out there across the world on the highways and byways, declaring this truth, presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice, as the scriptures teach us. Alright? How you doing? And yeah, let me get into this lesson. You know, every now and then I try to do a lesson you know, regarding how the Lord is only dealing with Israel, okay? The Lord's dealing with his people, which are the Israelites, you so-called Native Americans, Negroes, and Latinos, okay? And it's always good to keep doing these videos, reminding people, because you have a lot of people that have questions on their mind, like, well, if the Lord is only dealing with Israel, why would he create all these other nations? Why would he create all these other races? You know? Or I don't believe the Lord's just dealing with Israel because it makes no sense. He wouldn't create all these other nations. And, you know, so I always try to go over that topic and bring it out. Okay? So this lesson is going to be called "The Lord Created All Nations, but is only dealing with Israel." Okay? The Lord created all nations, but is only dealing with Israel. Alright? When I say Israel, I'm talking about you Israelites. Okay? Alright? We're not talking about Israelis. We're talking about you Israelites, you so-called Native Americans, Negroes, and Latinos. Okay? And I'm going to start off with Isaiah 40 and 15. This is Isaiah 40 and 15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as every little thing, and Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beasts thereof sufficient for a burnt offering. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. All right? So there you go. You heard it right there. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. Okay? So it's crucial and very important to understand that the Lord is coming back for his people. All right? He ain't coming back with a smile on his face, just happy to see all the nations. All right? These other nations were created because they're going to be servants. All right? They're going to be our slaves, as we are slaves right now to Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. All right? So the Lord is not dealing with all nations, okay? And I'm going to bring another scripture out to back that up. This is 2nd Esdras 6 and 56. As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing. but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. Okay? So once again, we have that term in this precept where it says they are nothing, all right? As the other precept said, the nations are as nothing. So the Lord looks to these other nations, they're nothing, all right? They're nothing. The Lord's concerned with his people, which are you so-called Native Americans, Negroes, and Latinos, all right? This is Matthew 1:21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushai, for he shall save his people from their sins. All right? So if the Lord was dealing with all nations, right here, it wouldn't say that he shall save his people from their sins. It would say he would save all people on the earth from their sins. Okay? So there's a specific people that the Lord is dealing with and that the Lord's coming to save. All right? Yahushai is coming to save his people. As the scripture says, I'll read it again. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushai, for he shall save his people from their sins. Okay? And that's who the Lord's dealing with. And that's who the Lord has always dealt with, which is his people. All right? It talks about that. Matter of fact, I'm going to go back into that Isaiah, because it talks about that in 14:1. Okay? For the Lord will have mercy. This is Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Okay? So if the Lord was dealing with all nations, it wouldn't say right here, the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel. It would say, the Lord will have mercy upon the whole world, and he would choose everyone and set them in their own land. No. You see? This is only for Israel. This is only for the Israelites. Okay? Because this book is our history and heritage book. Okay? It says Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, which are the Israelites, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. All right? Matter of fact, I'm just going to continue to read too. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, which are the Israelites, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Okay? As I said at the beginning of this lesson, all these other nations were created to be our servants. All right? They're going to be our servants and slaves. And it says it right here. In the land of the Lord, where it says, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. All right? And that's going to be the end game. All right? We're in captivity right now under the self-proclaimed white man, Esau, Edom. But the end game is we're going to be rulers over all the nations and rulers over Esau, Edom as well. Okay? Which is our oppressor. So, hopefully this was an edifying lesson. And with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone. Shalom.